On July 2nd, 1964, President Lyndon Johnson signed the Civil Rights Act into law, which was initially proposed by his predecessor, President John F. Kennedy, a couple months before his assassination. This law officially ended the Jim Crow law and gave all Americans, black and white, Asians and Latinos, Muslims and Christians, the right to be served in public places. Along with this, it gave them a greater protection to the right to vote and be able to run for public offices without any discrimination. It was approximately 45 years after this bill was signed into law that the American people elected its first African American to the highest office in this country, the President of the United States. Even though the Civil Rights Act ended the state-backed discrimination and segregation in this country, racism still continues up to this day. The deaths of Michael Brown, Yusor Razan, and Deah Barakat, the vandalism of a Jewish synagogue in Missouri, the neo-Nazi and white supremacist rally in Charlottesville, Virginia, are all part of the existence of racism in this country. All these events happened in the past 5 years, and this is something we have to be concerned about. It is reported by the Chicago Sun-Times that racism is rising around the world and that America could be, quote, the catalyst for hate around the world. At the 74th United Nations General Assembly held in New York City on September of 2019, world leaders raised concerns over the rise of white nationalists and supremacist ideology around the world. The chair of the Committee on the Elimination of Racial Discrimination highlighted the growing trend of racist rhetoric on the part of public figures. Folks, the world is moving into a dark side filled with hate and anger towards one another. Many reports accuse social media for playing a huge role in spreading hate around the world. I am afraid to say that we are repeating and rewriting history by going backwards instead of moving forward. Racially motivated hate crimes are increasing at an alarming rate. It is reported by many sources that most of the hate crimes are caused due to one's race, religion, color, sexual orientation, and disability. One of the main things that shook me to the core is after reading an article on CNN titled "Children Are Whitening Their Skin to Avoid Racism as Hate Crimes Against Minors Rise." What in the world is happening? The hate crimes against children are skyrocketing. It is reported by the National Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children that a total of 10,551 racially motivated hate crimes against children, which means an average of 29 per day. This issue should have been forgone a long time ago. It disgusts and disturbs me that racism is still a big issue in this planet. What makes things even worse is that people are electing racist and ignorant people to the highest office in a country. Folks, hate has no place in this planet, and we have to speak out against it when we see it. After all, we are one people under God, indivisible, with liberty for all.